Hi there everyone, BetaVoxel here, and welcome back to another Minecraft mod highlight. Today we're taking a look at a mod that I've been meaning to cover for quite a while now, the Zeppelin mod, which allows you to build your own ships or structures or whatever you want and fly them around in your Minecraft world. Now, in terms of what this mod adds to the game, it's very simple. It just adds one block, and that block is the craft controller. And crafting a craft controller is pretty simple for what you get out of it. All you need is 3 cobblestone and 3 wooden planks, and you will get yourself a craft controller. Now, with the craft controller, you can place this down on pretty much anything, and it will turn that into a ship. And we can kind of take a look at that if we fly just up here. You're gonna have to ignore how ugly this ship is. um, there's a bit of, I don't know, quirks to this craft controller, you could say, and we can actually see that right here. So I tried to take my hot air balloon that I already had in this world that I built a long time ago and turn this into a ship, but all the blocks have to be touching when you place down your, let me turn to daytime. When you place down your craft controller, they all need to be touching. So as you can see up here, these blocks weren't technically connected to the structure of the ship because they were placed diagonally from the body here, so they didn't get picked up when the ship detected it. But I will show you what this looks like whenever you have a ship that is fully connected. You can see all the blocks are touching each other. There are none that are diagonally connected. And this does work with fences too, which I was pretty surprised about. Although they do get a little messed up when this ship turns on, and I will show you that. So when you place down your craft controller, and I'll show you that, just place it down like that. Nothing's going to happen until you right-click it, and then it'll tell you that it's found your craft, which is this, and you can see how the fences kind of get messed up here, but that's fine. And if we go into F5 here, you can see that, and by the way, you have to use the number pad to control your ship. So if I press the plus button on the number pad, I will slowly start to ascend, and we can press that as many times as we want to speed that up. Just like this. This is pretty awesome. Now we have hit the top of the world here, so it won't go any higher, but we can press the minus button to go down, just like that. And everything is moving with me, and as you can see, I can move around in the ship as it's flying, which is awesome. You're not stuck in one place. You can navigate around the ship, and just walk around and go inside of rooms, I guess, maybe, if you want to build a massive ship. That would be pretty cool. But of course, you can do more than just go up and down. So if we try to avoid all the obstacles in front of us, I can press 5 to completely stop in place, and then I'll press 6 to start turning my ship. That looks good about right there. And you can see we are diagonal, where you would not be able to place blocks, which is pretty interesting. And then we press number 8 to move forward. And now, as you can see, we are moving throughout the world. Now, your ship can't exactly crash, so if you run into anything, you don't have to be worried. It'll just stop you in place. And I don't think it will destroy anything. And we can go up while we're moving. We can go down while we're moving. Let's try to, maybe we can land on top of this huge tower that I have over here. We go up a little bit, and then we turn more to the right. There we go. A little more to the left. That looks about good right there. And then that's high enough, and we'll speed it up. You can go really fast in these things. And I'll press 2 to slow it back down. And here we are. So, I'm not entirely sure what happens if you are diagonal and then you hit this again, but the way to get off your ship and stop controlling it is to right-click the craft controller once again. So if I do this, okay, it just automatically realigns me to a certain spot. And there we go. The ship has moved from all the way over there to over here, which is pretty awesome. And then, of course, if you want to completely land this, all you got to do is make yourself go down until you hit the surface of whatever you're trying to land on. And there I am. So we'll stop all the movement, and we'll right-click that, and we can hop out. And there we are. There is our ship parked on top of this tower. And really, that's about all this mod adds. It's very, very cool. But I wanted to see how far I could push this and put this craft controller down in things that you might not necessarily think would be able to fly. Okay, so I've gone back and I've repaired the the hot air balloon here. And what I've done to try to make this work without the the sides and the roof of it falling off is I've gone in the inside and I've just filled it in so all the blocks are touching. And I guess this is like a demonstration of what you'd have to do to be able to build whatever you want in a way that's compatible with the Zeppelin mod. So you do have to just be conscious of any blocks that aren't necessarily connected to the structure. So let's go in here and let's try this out. It is bigger than usual, and you can kind of see it lights up too. There's the fences again. I'm not sure if you want to use fences in your aircraft because they do kind of mess up here a bit, but it's fine. Let's go in F5 and see if this worked. I'll just go up first to test it out. And yeah, I'd say everything is moving. I think we've done it. So let's go back down and then maybe turn a little bit. Turn a little bit more. There we go, and then we can go forward. This isn't really the most realistic interpretation of what a hot air balloon does, I'm pretty sure. Let's go down a little bit so we can get out of the clouds and see what's going on. There we go. So we stop all movement, and then a hot air balloon would kind of go like up and forward at the same time. There we go. I think that's more realistic to what a hot air balloon would look like. But there we go. So I've gotten the hot air balloon working, which is pretty cool. And we can take this anywhere we want in the world now, very quickly. Again, this is an excellent mode of transportation, and a very cool one. I'm sure if this is compatible with the Aether mod, that would be pretty awesome to use to travel between the islands. But then we can stop it right here, and there we go. Turn on fly again, we can see there's my hot air balloon. And it also took the items that were sitting on top of it that I didn't pick up, which is pretty interesting. So you can transport items that are on the ground with this, which is pretty cool. So next, I really want to try taking a house and seeing if I can get at least most of it to lift off the ground. And I'm not sure how well that's going to work. I don't know how it's going to work with the craft connected to the ground itself, because these houses are, of course, grounded to the dirt here. So I don't know if it's going to take up a huge chunk of the land or what, but I'm trying to find the perfect house to test this on. I think this one looks like it'll work pretty well. Yeah, let's try this one out. So I guess we'll go in here and we'll turn off fly. And I guess we'll just place this down at the front door. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's a lot of things happening in here. So it doesn't look like trap doors or hatches don't work very well with this, and I think the painting fell off the wall too. I do want to go outside and just see. Okay, so if the stairs don't work very well either. So there's a lot of things you have to be pretty conscious of when you're building these things that may not work very well. So just keep that in mind, but I'm pretty excited to see what happens when I press. Wow. Well, there goes the house. Okay. I'm not sure why these blocks didn't get detected by it. Okay, so it does seem that it only takes the first layer of blocks. It doesn't lift up the whole ground with it. Oh man, I can't interact with any of it. None of the controls are responding, so maybe this wasn't the best idea. Maybe we should try something else. Okay, over here I've got this floating island thing, and I'm curious to see if I place this down on this island, if it'll lift the whole thing up with me, and I could take like a whole chunk of land to live on nomadically, anywhere in my world I want to go. So I guess the best place to put this would probably be on the lowest point, because it tries to take the entire ground. I would assume anything above the controller itself is considered part of the ship, and the block it's placed on is considered the ground of the ship. So if I placed it here on this block, I think it would leave these blocks behind. So I'm going to place it down here, and then I'll right-click. Aircraft the size of one, that's not very good. Huh. And then it just lifts off by itself. Well, that's not what you want to see. And now I can't stop it. Oh no! Okay, my next thought is that maybe it filters out blocks like grass and dirt automatically, because it doesn't want to absorb the whole ground with it, and probably crash the game at that point. So maybe if I replace this block with cobblestone, then it will detect the rest of this. Let's see. The size of 2. No. Okay, so I think it can't lift off grass, maybe. That's my my current hypothesis. I don't know, I really like the idea of being able to fly with just your house and plop that down wherever you want to go. So I've built this really simple structure. Actually, I'm seeing a problem here, because if these aren't connected, our roof is gonna not come with us. So I've got to connect them like this. But in my mind, there's no reason why this shouldn't work. So as long as everything goes right, nothing should go wrong, is what I'm saying. So we've got this really simple house, and I'm pretty sure if I place this controller down right here, okay, it seems like it's detected everything. The doors do not work with it, so keep that in mind. I don't know if the door will come back whenever I park it, though, so I guess we'll have to see. But if I hop in here and I press up, oh man, what's happening? Let's try it again. Oh, I can't go anywhere. Oh, I'm moving forward. Oh, wait a minute, it didn't detect. That's why it wouldn't go up or down. Okay, hold on, let me fix that. Alright, I fix up the roof, and again, I'm thinking that that stone is one of the blocks it can't move, and some of this might be listed on the forum page itself. I'm gonna be honest, unlike what I do usually with these mod highlights, I didn't look into this one too much because I thought it'd be more fun just to experiment with it. But they might have mentioned, the mod developer might have mentioned these kind of things, and I'm just trying to figure it out for myself. But I have replaced the roof, making the house much more ugly than it used to be, but I think this should fly now. So if we do this, looks all right, and we press up, now we're going. Okay, cool. So you can completely live in the sky. I mean, realistically, you don't need a door. You just need like a crafting table and a chest and a furnace, and you could live while completely navigating the world and just hanging out in here, which is pretty awesome. So if we look out the window, you can see we are taking off here. And if let's go a little bit higher, not quite into the clouds, and then we move forward. There we go. We are navigating the world, and we can turn and we can steer this house anywhere we want to go. And you can see it out here. Oh man, it's kind of weird there, but we are moving around the world right now. And we could park this house down anywhere we wanted to. This is pretty awesome. There are, of course, some limits to this, as you could probably guess with a mod of this stature, but it seems like you have a lot of freedom to do what you want to do. And of course, building a traditional ship probably shouldn't be that big of a problem, because you're not going to be using weird structures like this, most likely. But maybe these things will be worked out in the future, and this will be updated and, be more streamlined. But for now, I think it's still pretty cool, and I think that's about it. Of course, as always, if you enjoyed the mod and want to check it out for yourself, there's a link to the MCF page for this mod in the description. So give it a look. Tell me what you think, and if you try this out for yourself, let me know how it went. But until then, I will see you next time.